So what is being done to make sure that those that are unbankable are reached and, given the, basic level of financial literacy to make sure that when they borrow this money, they can actually use it properly?
As an association, we've endeavored to teach. I personally talk a lot, teach a lot on different platforms, including radios, including TV. But also, we do individual talks. I have a YouTube channel where I actually communicate and explain to the public concerning loans, credits, and all that. Because truth is, the public is not aware. That's why even someone can afford to go for a loan that is as expensive as 30% per month, yet there are some companies that lend for as low as 3%, 2.8%, 4%. And just because someone has no information that, there is this other lender who can give me cheap money. So there is a huge bracket of Ugandans that actually need to be educated. And as the president of the Money Lenders Association of Uganda, it's what we are embarking on. Because we have regional representatives that are going to be participating in radio talk shows, educating the public, telling them the pros and cons of borrowing, for what reasons should they borrow, for what reasons should they not borrow. Because, Malcolm, there are some areas where you even advise a client, yes, I want to dish out money, to give out money in form of a loan. But you look at someone is borrowing probably for a patient in ICU. And you look at someone's cash flows and even the collaterals they do not have. Now, for such a thing, if it's a consumptive expenditure, we should advise that, look, even when you have a collateral, it is not advisable. Because in the event that you run out of this money that I've given you, paying back will be hard.
As we leave, what do you see on online, formal online financial activity? What is happening there? There are people who are being targeted online with, and these days you see it on YouTube and all that. Cheap loans. Every time you open a video of cheap loans. And of course, we are not short of stories now of people who are being ripped off. Do we still see such vices online?
They are still there. Unfortunately, they are still there. Online is interesting, and they are still existing. As far as the public is not educated, they are not aware. They'll still access those loans. I'll give you an example. Someone calls you at the firm that you have to pay their salaries. You pay them, but just because they have a loan on their mobile phone, the money goes. Now, instead of the money they would have used to pay school fees for their children, it has gone to pay the loan. Which loan, because they could access it easily, they used it for something different, which did not even benefit them. They probably contributed to a wedding meeting, or probably they went drinking with their friends, and now time has come, they have to take children to school, but because they paid them salaries, because they have a loan, their money goes vanishing.
Is the rate of default going up or going down?
It's going high. Why? Because there are lots of options for loans. Someone gets money from Jonakee, gets a real loan, then gets a loan from the phone,
that goes online,
then goes to a friend. So you find that someone has like 5 loans running at one go. Why? Because they can easily access the loans. So in easing accessibility of the loans, it has actually created a huge problem to the public.
Thank you very much, Jonakee. Lessons about money never end.
Thank you.
We have to keep doing this time and again.